Okay, guys, welcome back to From Football to Football. Today I'm joined by Carlos Nieto Martín, a Spanish fitness coach and football coach, currently working with FC Rodina Moscow, where his team has just achieved promotion to the Russian Premier League. Carlos's story is especially interesting because his path into elite football was not direct at all. From working in hotels in Sevilla and teaching abroad to coaching in Morocco, the US, the UK, Kosovo, and now Russia. This episode really is about sacrifice, persistence, family, opportunity, and the reality of building a football career over many, many years. So, Carlos, great to have you on, mate.
Hello, Mike. So it's a great opportunity for me to be here. I'm grateful. Yes.
Thank you for coming. And Carlos, first of all, we have to say massive congratulations. Promotion to the Russian Premier League is huge. How does it feel at the moment, man, after such a big achievement?
Yeah, thank you, Mike. So it was a great moment. Just 2 weeks ago, we get the promote. We promote to Russian Premier League, and the last game we win the competition. So we get the first position, and we are really, really, really happy.
Wow, man, what a good story. This is going to be great. If someone told you years ago when you were working in a hotel in Sevilla that one day you would be coaching in Russia and winning promotion, would you have believed it at that time?
That right now that's incredible because when I was working in the
Yeah.
hotel, I met many people around the world. I was talking to people from Russia, from US, sometimes about the city, sometimes about football, but I never believed that I get this kind of prompts. So it's fantastic.
Man, and when you were working there in these, normal jobs, let's say in Sevilla, how did football keep pulling you back into the game? How did it keep taking your time?
Yes, it was these years I need to get money. So my friend, so in Spain it was difficult. I was teaching in a different school in Seville, but it's only to get a small money, not earn a lot of money. So I need to work and get money, but
Yeah.
always in my mind, in my brain, so my passion is football, and I was always believe that to get if you want to get success, you need to be prepared, you need to be ready, and you need to be with open mind to meet different people and be ready to move abroad. Yes.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, absolutely. And mate, I really appreciate too. Before this interview, you spoke very honestly with me by WhatsApp and about your time working at Hotel Alfonso in Sevilla
Yeah.
after leaving football. Now, I would love to know, man, did you ever feel during those years that your football dream was disappearing? Was there ever a moment you thought maybe this won't happen for me?
Yes, to be honest, when I was putting the football outside my life, not really outside, but when I need money to get my own family or to get my way, sometimes I felt, oh my God, so it's I just impossible to get a job about football. But always in my mind, I was thinking a small piece. Okay, I can do it. So I need to get different opportunities and talking to people around the world. I feel that I need to move abroad, and when I feel this, I get the first opportunity to move abroad, and maybe you can get connection, get LinkedIn. So it was good for me. But
Yeah.
yes, to be honest, sometimes I felt this almost impossible. But now I'm here. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, mate, this is great because I think so many people are in that situation at the moment, and a lot of people have probably decided to quit at that moment, not knowing how close they were to achieving something like you've achieved, right? And speaking about like what you just said with your family, this is a big thing for me as well in my job at the moment. I would love to know with you, man, at that moment when you were doing that, you have a family, you have two kids, okay? Um, was your wife like always supportive? Was there ever a moment that she said to you, Carlos, man, stop with the football, just be more with us? Or was it difficult to juggle family and your dreams and your jobs
Yeah.
all at the same time.
So one correction. I got three kids. You know, my oldest is 10
Yeah,
years
oh,
10
three.
years old, and
Jeez. Yeah.
16 months ago we got twins. So imagine that.
Oh my God, that's true.
So
Yeah.
when I was my first experience abroad was moved to Morocco. So Morocco is close
Yeah.
to Spain.
Exactly.
I moved alone, but every single 2 weeks I come back to Spain to stay with my family, or my wife with my oldest
Yeah.
moved to Morocco. Second experience in the
Yeah.
US, we move everybody together because that's impossible to stay, so 8, 9 hours flying
Yeah.
without the family, and we move together. And now this
Yeah.
opportunity, the last one in Russia, so the long-term opportunity, I'm moving alone because we got twins. It was less than 1 year, and it's really difficult to move in quick time every all the family. So now it's the
Yeah.
same situation. We met. We are looking for time for spend one time a month together. Sometimes in Moscow,
Yeah.
sometimes
Yeah.
in Spain, but it's difficult. But my wife always supporting to me
Wow.
about football because she know it's my passion, and that's really important. I know all the people can do that, but I found
Yeah.
the perfect woman about this.
Oh, I was going to say you have the perfect wife. Like, geez, it's so important, right? It's
Yes.
so important to have that
Yeah.
support, and I'm just so happy for you, man. And I don't know whether to say congratulations or I'm sorry, like because I have two
No,
kids,
no, no, it's okay.
and
It's okay.
when you go for that second kid,
Yeah.
you go for that second kid, and then you're like, there are twins. You're
Twins.
like,
Yeah.
wow,
Yeah.
three now.
Really nice.
you know. So, but mate, you're a brave man. A lot of respect, man. Now speaking about your journey, okay,
Mhm.
you mentioned that your first big international move was Morocco. What did that experience teach you personally from that first real step overseas with football?
It was good because I get the opportunity only with 1 week to prepare everything, and said, okay, you have the opportunity to move to Alucemas. It's a small town just in front of Motril in the north of Morocco, and you have only 1 week to prepare everything to move to there. And my role there was a physical education teacher, so yeah, in a Spanish school there. And then afternoon, I get the football team in this school because the one time per year they are making a tournament for all the Spanish schools in Morocco, and I was teaching, I was training these guys to prepare into the tournament. It was
Wow,
exciting
wow, that's
opportunity for me because it was my first time living abroad. Prepare everything to a new life, a family in another place. But it was when you pass the first time your comfort zone, I think you are ready to the next stage because the first time is the most important. When you cross this barrier,
yeah.
everything is down, I think.
Wow, man! Everybody listening, rewind that. That is gold right there. So that first time,
First,
guys, once you cross that barrier, because a lot of people are thinking about doing it, but they're a bit scared, they're a bit hesitant, they don't know whether to. Mate, once you've done it, no one has regretted this. No one I've talked to have regretted going and trying overseas. It's always been just eye-opening, right? So that's great, man. Next step after Morocco was you spent several years as well in Texas working in football and education again. What did the United States teach you, like both professionally and personally?
yes, the movement for the US was a big movement because we travel and we move all the family. So my son was 4 years old. So imagine that, move to another country, put my kids in an American school. He didn't nothing about English. It was stressful for us because we feel suffering, but it was a kid. He can't remember right now anything. But personally, move to Texas was amazing because Texas is the American, the real America, because when you are
Yes.
watching the different movies, you see Chicago, New York, Los Angeles, but this is good. It's American, but it's big cities. Texas is authentic. People love guns. It's like a culture, barbecues, and everything about cowboys. I was
Dude.
my visa was for be a teacher, Spanish
Yeah.
bilingual teacher.
Yeah.
But second year I was living there, I
Yeah.
need football. I need football in my life.
Yeah.
Playing in football with
Yeah.
Latin kiddos there. But I found the way to be involved in VVV International Academy in Odessa, Texas. And I started the football soccer there. I started the soccer there in VVV Academy. And
You just mentioned something that I wanted to really highlight in this interview for everyone. I found it very interesting that in Texas, you did not just sit there waiting for opportunities. You and your friend created your own football training project, as you just mentioned. So I want to know, man, how important is initiative in football careers today for managers?
yes, yes, yes. So we were working in VVV Academy, as I told you, and but then families told my friend and me, Sergio, said, "Hey, okay, guys, why are you not getting your own school? So you can see on the parks, you can use the facilities, it's free, so you can see that you have a baseball training head coach training people there." So you only need, please, to get materials, and we want to pay you because we need individual program for our kiddos, and we have this initiative. So people push us to do it, and we were thinking, okay, we can do it. So we are training 2 days per week in BBB Academy. 3 more days, we are yes, let's go. And we have we our materials. Sometimes we get one kiddo, sometimes we get two, and maximum we got four. It was individual program. Kids
Wow.
from 7 years old to 17, 18 years old. And we create our own
Wow.
methodology. So we're starting with one person, two people, three
Yeah.
people, maximum four.
That's fantastic. And being like a Spanish coach overseas at the moment is just such a big draw card. Like, it's not the same for me to go and say, hey, I'm an Australian offering, football sessions individually, to have Carlos who says, hey, I'm Spanish. Everybody's like, hey, I'm going to choose the Spanish guy, I think, in this situation. But, mate, that's a great story and great lesson for people listening to take initiative. And, man, your English at the moment in this conversation has been very, very good. Like, you have worked in the US and the UK, and now international football environments for years. I think it shows with your English. At what moments has English mattered the most in your career?
Yeah. So after US experience, I was 1 month working by La Liga in UK, close to Brighton. And this experience, I felt okay. I can communicate in English, but my I need to improve my English because I found 25 different kiddos for 25 different countries, and accent
Yeah.
sometimes is different. So I was usually listening American accent, but I found people from Cayman Island, from Australia, from South Africa, and that moment I said, okay, so I keep going to continue to learning English, improving my English, because you sometimes believe that you know everything, but different words, different accents. It's English is the most important. It's
Yeah.
the language that you can move abroad in every country.
100%. This is so true, man. And congratulations on your English, Carlos, because it is very, very good, man. And you're having a great conversation with me, mate. So I would like to talk about something very, very I think this is very important to know for everyone listening, because we see your success now. Everybody, Carlos is this, seems like a big success. If you follow him on LinkedIn, you see he's got promotion to the Russian Premier League. Everything's going great. But I would love to talk about the sacrifice behind this, okay? So people now see the promotion photos on LinkedIn in Russia. But what don't they see behind the success? What was the uncertainty, the self-doubt, the sacrificing, living in Russia, adapting to that culture, things like this? Could you let us know a little bit about the reality behind this success?
Yes, of course, Mike. So there are many hours of hard work, effort, dedication. And I remember when I was living in Texas, I get up every single morning at early at 6 a.m. But I always spend 15 minutes before to get a laptop, get different links, apply for this job every single day, try to find the opportunity. So I didn't know if the opportunity get, but I spend my time, And now in Russia or when I was in Morocco, it's a long time without my family. Being with the family is the most important, but it's sometimes it's really tough being very far away from them. But it's not easy.
Yeah.
So, and the most important thing for me is try to find your way. So if you
Yeah.
are at home in your hometown, sometimes it's difficult to get opportunities. Move abroad, get your first opportunity crossing this barrier, moving out from your comfort zone. I know.
And what you just said as well, like I think that was very important to know. This opportunity did not just come to you. You were there every morning, like looking for jobs, sending, this, like trying to find something, and the opportunity came, and you've taken it with both hands, man. You've now worked in, like I said, Spain, Morocco, the US, the UK, Kosovo, and Russia. How important is cultural adaptation in football? I want to know this. Adapting to the culture where you're living and the norms and the people. How important is this?
Yes, I got a lot of experience abroad, and it's really important when you move another country. Please respect the culture because you are gonna feel in sometimes people are different, as you know, but it's no compare. So it's really important no stay always compared with your country. In my case, with Spain, because you are another country. Please respect the rules, respect culture, and just adapt your lifestyle to this country. And talking about football is the same. So you have your idea about the Spanish football. Sometimes people contract you because you are from Spain and they want to contract Spain people, but you need to adapt your idea, your main idea.
Absolutely, man. And from all those places that I mentioned that you worked at, which was for you the biggest culture shock where it was just so different? It maybe it took you a little bit of time to adapt to the people, to the culture. Was there any country that really
Mm,
was different for you?
yeah, about the guns. So because it's a I only saw on the street. I only saw in 4 years 3 times people wearing a gun because sometimes you can wearing. You can see you need to be in your backpack or but in Texas you can wearing on the street. I saw 3 times, but people have guns. Sometimes when you are in a party or you are playing sports and you say, okay, in my country, if we are in trouble because we are discussing, no, it's not happening anything. But sometimes you feel, okay, people have guns, so respect this, because I think it's the most
Wow.
shock for me. But I respect
Yeah.
about guns because I know in Texas it's about culture. You can see one
Yeah.
Sunday grandpa and dad teaching the kiddos to use arms. That it's normal. So for them, I respect
Yeah.
this. But sometimes when you are taking time and say, okay, Be careful because people are getting.
Hey, your answer tells me that you have been to this just shows just with this answer that you have lived and you have adapted to many different cultures, because this is what it teaches you, right? To be respectful of all things, even when I feel like for Australians as well and Spanish people seeing that it's very hard to understand, and maybe we're very judgmental, but you're at the stage now where you're just like, look, I accept that's their culture, and you know, it's okay if that's what they do, that's what they do. That's it. You accept it. Very good, man. Look, man, a lot of people don't fully understand what a fitness coach actually does at a professional level. So, in Russia at the moment, what does your day-to-day role involve now? Is it like GPS, recovery, gym, injury prevention? Like, what does it look like? Your daily schedule?
Yes, Mike. So in my team, Rodina Moscow, we are all the staff we're from Spain. So we are two strength and conditioning coach, fitness coach. So we are our daily is getting to the sports facilities at early in the morning at 9. So if the training start at 11:30, we always start there 2 hours and a half before. We prepare all the individual works for players, after before the session. So players move to the gym
Yeah.
and make his own programs. After that, we meet with all the players and make a warm-up activation in the gym because Moscow sometimes
Hmm.
the weather is hard. We start with
Oh
put
yeah.
together a warm-up activation, then we move to the pitch.
Yeah.
After, during the pitch, we are supporting in different activities, activation or different main drills, giving a pass or correct every single position. If the head coach needs helps, we are doing everything, sorry. And sometimes when we have individual work for some player that is recovering or some player need to improve long pass, we are supporting them. After the pitch, we control all the GPS and all the session, how was the session. So if we get the about meters, sprint, high sprint running, everything. And after around 2 o'clock, we have our time for lunch. And after lunch, we are watching all the session. We are watching the videos if everything was good, and we are preparing the next session. This is our day by day. So we are arriving at 8:39, and we are finishing at 5, 6. Yes, it's a lot of work, but we
Wow.
love to do it.
So great, mate. Like, it sounds like your job involves so much like analysis, technology, it's detail oriented, there's a lot of data. You've got to, just like little tweaking to make sure everything's on track. It's very interesting, man. Very interesting. You've built a career, also building a family life and raising children, right? So, Nate, we've touched on this before, but like for the future, okay? You've achieved promotion, okay, to the Russian Premier League. So what is the next step for you and your family? What's the ideal, firstly, what's the next step? And then what's the ideal future situation for you and your family, man? I'd love to know what plans you have.
Yeah, okay. So right now I'm enjoying. So I'm enjoying the process. I'm enjoying the success. But I would like always to enjoy also the way to get something. So obviously I would like so I would like to in the future
Mm,
stay all the family together because I want to stay
yeah.
with my kids, with my wife. But now we are adapting this situation. We have one more year in this club because we promote. We have the option for one more year. So I'm spending 3 4 weeks here vacation. I'm gonna move again to Moscow, But in the future, hopefully we can share the points that of the team that we can stay all together. But I think the most important for me
Yeah.
is the process. Okay,
Yeah.
this season was
Yeah.
amazing. This season was I don't have words to describe, but I know football is not because it's really difficult to make this season. Maybe when I was 80 years old, no more season like this. So enjoy every day,
Yeah.
single
Yeah.
you open your eyes, you see the sun, you see you have a job, you have family, you have love. So enjoy the life.
I love that. And let me just like say what you said, but in what we say in English, we have a saying for what you said basically. And it's basically enjoy the journey and not just the destination, right? So it really sounds like you're enjoying the process. You know, you're enjoying everything about the process. That's so important, man. That's so good. I love that answer, man. Fantastic. And quickly, I would be wrong not to ask you this because I'm sure a lot of people are thinking this. When you picked up this team, when you started with this team, they were not doing so well. Okay, you guys turned you and the Spanish coaches in your staff. You've
Mhm.
turned them around. You've achieved promotion. You hardly lost a game, I think, all year. Like what was like maybe 2 games maximum that you guys lost. And so, like, what was the key to this? Was it how did you turn them around? How did you do this? Give some advice for other people that want to take a team from nothing to where you are.
Yeah, when we arrived to the team, it was
Yeah, yeah.
8 games. They only win 2 games, but we only lost 2 games. So I think Juan Diaz is our head coach. Is amazing head coach. He's obsessed with every single details. So we split all the different activities and taking care with all the details. And I think the key was get involved the team. You know, in Russia, team is comanda. This is the word comanda. So get involved. How you
Okay.
can get involved all the comanda. So the players felt they were a really good head coach and staff. And when the players feel that they are improving in every single session, they believe in you because they are competitive guys. They want to win every single game, every single session, every single drill. And if they feel you are improving them, so they are getting involved in all you said. So
Yeah,
we
yeah.
were lucky because our
That's a great answer, man. So basically, guys, like what we're saying here is we have a coach, okay, a very good coach that Carlos just mentioned, who is obsessed, and I think you are too, man, by the sounds of it, with your process. You're all obsessed with the little details. You're obsessed with these little details that maybe some other people just don't think are important. The next thing, the players feel that they have a competent coach who is constantly improving them. And this obviously feels like they feel they're growing all the time. And this is super important for players. And they will follow a coach that does that. And they feel that you guys are really involved with them. You know, you're not just sitting back like, a football manager playing FIFA, saying go here, go. No, you're actually involved with them all the time. So this is a great combination to, guys, listening, try to replicate that. And I'm sure, the success will come. Carlos, man, before we finish, every guest now nominates another Spanish speaking football professional working internationally who would be a great guest for this podcast. And I want to know, who would you like to nominate?
okay, so I would like to nominate an Argentina boy that I met in Kosovo last summer before I moved. I was in Kosovo in in a football camp with Real Oviedo. His name is Jose Pera Comalini.
Jose Pera Comalini. Okay, Argentinian boy. You worked with him in Kosovo as well. This is great. If you're listening, Jose, I'm going to call you, okay? And we're going to get you on this show as well. Thank you so much, Carlos. Before we go today, is there anything else, any advice, anything else you would like to tell the listeners of this show?
Okay, only my advice is easy. Believe in yourself. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't do it. something, because I found people that told me, okay, Carlos, you are not gonna get a job about football, just work in get a job, get okay, then let these people stress to you, sorry, and just believe in you, try, and maybe the opportunity can. If it don't come, it's okay, but you always feel that you try. Okay, so for me, it's the most
Yeah.
important. Try and don't feel stressed. And if the process is long,
So good. Man, Carlos, honestly, mate, this was a fantastic conversation. I love that last advice as well, everyone listening. Just believe in yourself. And Carlos is the perfect person to tell you this because, oh, we know his story now. He was working out of a hotel, probably parking cars, talking to guests, thinking that, this was not going to happen with his family, a lot of setbacks, a lot of, sacrifice. But, mate, the rewards are of the years of persistence have paid off. They have paid off. So massive congratulations again on the promotion. Thank you so much for coming on the show today, Carlos. And for everyone listening, don't forget to subscribe, share the episode, and I will see you in the next one.